Hi everyone, welcome back to Growing Up in Scientology. One question I see a lot is, what do I have to do to get off of Scientology's mailing list? There are so many non-Scientologists who for one reason or another end up getting the junk mail and the magazines from the Church of Scientology. And no matter what they do, no matter how many times they call and request off the list, they cannot get off the list. These questions come up, by the way, in a Facebook group called Supporters of Leah Remini. And the group is moderated by contributors of the Scientology and the Aftermath TV show. So if you want to be able to ask questions directly to the people that you've seen on that show, you might want to check out that group. So in response to this question, I have seen several people share something they did that did successfully get them off the mailing list. And so I want to do a video about it to recommend this to others who are having the same problem. And the answer has to do with the Aftermath Foundation, which is a foundation that was created to help people leave Scientology. So what several people have done recently that did work is every time they got one of these pieces of mail from Scientology, usually it's a magazine, sometimes it's just a flyer, but oftentimes it comes with a business return envelope. So they used the business return envelope to send back information about the Aftermath Foundation. And specifically, if your goal is to get taken off of the list, one of the messages I saw said something along the lines of, every single time you send me a piece of mail, I'm going to make a donation to the Aftermath Foundation that helps people leave staff, leave the Sea Org, and leave Scientology. So every time you send me mail, you are directly contributing to helping people leave Scientology. I thought this was absolutely fantastic, and reportedly it did actually work in getting them removed from the mailing list. Now you can use this strategy whether you actually make a donation to the Aftermath Foundation or not. That's up to you. But if you do want to make a donation, you can do so through the website, theaftermathfoundation.org, or through the Facebook page, which you can find just searching the Aftermath Foundation on Facebook. The other strategy is to do something similar, but to do it over the phone. Some people prefer to put something in writing. Maybe they don't want to get on the phone with a live person at a Church of Scientology. But you could call up whichever organization is sending you the mail. And it's not always your local organization. You could be getting mail from Clearwater. You could be getting mail from Los Angeles, no matter where you live. So you call up the organization and the person who answers the phone is going to be the receptionist. And you say, look, I have already asked to be removed from this list several times and no one has listened to me. And you can start out by asking them, have you heard of the Aftermath Foundation? And they will say no, and that's your opportunity to launch in with a little bit of an explanation. The Aftermath Foundation is a nonprofit that was created to help people, much like yourself, leave Scientology. And since I've asked to be taken off of your list, and you guys have not been listening to me, I'm now calling to tell you that every time you send me a piece of mail, I'm going to make a donation to this foundation. So every time you send me mail, you'll be directly funding people leaving Scientology. And not only will I make the donation every time you send me a piece of mail, I am going to call in and speak to you or whoever else answers the phone. And every single time I'm going to tell them about the foundation. I'm going to tell them that help exists to help them leave Scientology. So the more mail you send me, the more your staff members are going to learn about the Aftermath Foundation, and the more likely they will be to actually leave Scientology. So what's it going to take? Are you going to take me off of the list, or are you going to help support an organization that helps people leave Scientology? It's completely up to you. It's in your hands. So on the one hand, this serves to eventually get you taken off of the mailing list. But in the meantime, it's kind of a great opportunity to call in and tell people about the Aftermath Foundation. Because if you do it this way, you're not just randomly cold calling churches of Scientology to harass them. You're calling for a very specific reason. You want to be taken off of the mailing list. It is they who are harassing you by not taking you off of the list. Now, some people might be wondering, why is it so hard to be taken off of the list? Because there's actually a policy in Scientology that says never, ever, ever, ever take anybody off of the mailing list, no matter what. And the only exception is if someone starts sending in threatening letters, like really hostile, angry letters, and just demanding in an angry fashion to be taken off of the list doesn't really count. You actually have to be angry at the subject of Scientology, not just angry at getting mail. And also remember, somebody has the statistic of how many names are on the mailing list. And if there's anything Scientologists consider important, It is statistics. They don't want to take names off the mailing list because that means somebody's statistic goes down, and that's bad. They don't ever want that to happen. So you really have to shove it in their face in order to get taken off of the list. And most people are good people and don't want to resort to being a raging asshole just to get taken off of a mailing list, or they don't want to resort to sending in what might be perceived as an actual threat of an attack in order to be taken off of the mailing list. So this is a wonderful alternative. You either call in on the phone or you respond to them in writing, and you use it as an opportunity to deluge them with information about the Aftermath Foundation. It's almost like you're threatening them in a non-threatening way. You're threatening them that if they continue to send you mail, they are, by default, funding an organization that exists to help people leave Scientology. And I guarantee you this will succeed in getting you off of the mailing list. If you try this and if it works, please comment down below in this video, even if it's like in a month or 2 months or 3 months. I'm just dying to see how many people actually do this. So to everyone who's already tried everything else with no success, I hope this strategy works for you. And I hope that once it does, you'll tell me about it. All right, that's all I got for now. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.
Okay, if you want to see my rock and roll songs, click right on this guitar. And if you want to see a different one of my videos, then you could click right inside here. If you have subscribed or not, subscribe right here. Bye!